What's happening, guys? So, our mate 6ix9ine is caused a bit of a stir with the Lambos. Okay, so a lot of people, they don't know this guy 6ix9ine is a very flamboyant rapper. Okay, from New York, from the Bronx, and he loves cars. And not only does he love cars, he loves rapping them.
Woo! Here they are, bro. Oh no.
Now, he recently come out of prison. He had some beef, and some people don't agree with certain things he's done and whatnot, and he's caused a lot of stir within the music industry, but he's selling records, and at the moment he is one of the biggest artists. Okay, so what I want to show you is I put up a little video, okay, and he made a comment saying that the SVJ is the only Lambo to have if you think you're a baller. For all these rappers that think they're stunting, for all these people that think they're balling, he's saying if you haven't got an SVJ, which he has got, and not only has he got an SVJ, he's got a fleet of other cars that is, and they're all wrapped with mad colourful wraps, which I love, is saying that you're not balling if you ain't got one, right? Now, he's saying anyone that's got the Lambo truck, any rappers, it's basically a poor man's Lambo, and you can't afford an SVJ, so that's what you're going for. And the truth of the matter is this true? All right, I want to know from the people, like, do you think that the Lamborghini Urus is the poor man's Lambo? I mean, let's think about it logically. Like, I mean, look, I love Lamborghinis. I've had many Lamborghinis, right? And obviously, I made the video saying, look, is the Lamborghini done? Have we seen enough of it? Right, I'm just putting things across, but obviously I'm a big guy. I like the comfortable whips as well, but I've had a load of Lambos, and Lamborghinis have got this. When we all make a bit of money, we all want a Lambo. It's like one of them things. It's like a street dream. It's the street dream, isn't it? The street dream for any young person is to have a Lambo. I think when I was a kid, like I remember growing up, on my wall, I don't think there's no young boy that hasn't had a picture of a Lamborghini or Ferrari on their wall. You know, when I was kids, we used to play Top Trumps. Now, Top Trumps was a game where, you know, it had all the cars, and then you'd know the models, how fast they were, all the specifics, and you'd memorise it. And I knew everything of every car. I've been a car fanatic from day dot. You know, my dad's a car fanatic, my brother's a car fanatic, we're all car fanatics, do you know what I mean? So from day dot, I knew about cars, you know, and I knew everything, but I was more into the looks of the cars, you know. I wasn't, you know, too concerned about, you know, the brake horsepower and all this and that. You just wanted a Lambo or a Ferrari for stunting. And I think in the 90s, and the late 90s, early 2000s, I think the Ferrari was more, people were stunting more with the Ferraris. You know, Lambo was out there, but I think that the Ferrari was holding it a bit more. Whereas now, you know, Ferrari obviously is massive, but Ferraris, you know, you got the Ferraris, and you got these, there's a lot more models of Ferraris than there is of Lamborghinis. So, you know, obviously the super rich, the ballers, people like Gordon Ramsay and people like that, they're putting out the Ferraris, mate, you know, and they're putting out these super whips, they're £1 million plus, you know, and these are big boy whips. So obviously, if you're a normal person and you come from the streets and you're not famous or not nothing, you know, mate, you get that Lambo, looks wise, the aesthetics of a Lambo are so striking. It's such a good looking car that, you know, it doesn't matter. Even if you parked it next to a Bugatti or a Zonda, you're still going to get hype with that Lambo. Lambos cause a stir, yeah. I'd go as far as saying the Aventador SVJ Spider Roadster is one of the best looking cars in the world, yeah. That's my opinion. Make some comments underneath. Remember, like, subscribe to the channel, comment. I want to know your comments. I want to know what you think. So, I mean, in my opinion, the Aventador, you know, all the Lambos, even the Gallardo, you know, I had a Gallardo when they came out. Such a beautiful, I mean, I remember when I used to first see Gallardos, you know, flying through the speed. if I could own one of them one day as a kid, you know, you say to her, that's what I used to aspire to. You know, one day I used to say to my dad, I'm going to make it and I'm going to get a Lambo. You know, that's what you aspire to. I'm going to get a Ferrari. You know, you always wanted to work hard enough to get that. And obviously, you know, when I was younger, we didn't have a lot of money. You know, we had to work very, very, very hard for anything that we've achieved in life. Me and my family, we've had to work very, very, very hard. So, you know, as soon as you've done that, you want to stunt, yeah? There's nothing wrong with stunting. There's nothing wrong with balling, yeah? There's nothing wrong with it, yeah? Because, you know, you're proud of what you've achieved and you want to stunt. But then there's stunting and then there's stunting. Do you know what I'm saying? There's levels to this game. Do you know what I mean? Are you stunting on a street level? Are you stunting on a famous person's level? Are you stunting on a megastar's level? Do you understand? Because, like, you got people like 50 Cent. Again, loves rapping his cars. Yeah? Again, what does 50 Cent have? Bentley Mulsanne, same as me. Yeah? He's got a Bentley Mulsanne, black and rose gold. People like Puff Daddy. Oh, again, what's his favourite car? What is he always known for? Bentley Mulsanne, same as me. Travis Scott, again, what's he got? Bentley Mulsanne, okay? Like, the Bentley Mulsanne is, in America, they know that whip is a big whip. And they like their kind of, a lot of these ballers and a lot of these guys with, like, travel a lot, you know, they want something comfortable. These super famous, they want to get their security in the car. They want to get their entourage. They want to get this. So always having the two-seater, yeah, we love it. But I mean, remember when I had my Aventadors, you can barely use them. It's like something that you'll take out on a Sunday, or you drive to the club. You know, you take one of your boys and you go to the club. Yeah, but it's not practical. It's not something that you could. It's not something that you could use day in, day out. People get pissed off with you. People don't give you way. People hate on you. You know, there's so many different factors that used to annoy me when I had a Lambo. And I think when you have more luxury cars, they don't really, I think they respect you a little bit more, other road drivers, and they don't hate on you as much. And they think, you know what, it's a bit more classy sort of thing. But you know what I mean? It's everyone's opinion. That's just, you know, it's not my opinion. I mean, I love Lambos, I love Ferraris, I love McLarens, I love all the street cars. You know, it's one of them things, you know, we all want a supercar, that aesthetics. You know what I mean? It looks sick, so we love it. But, yeah, it's one of them things. Now, Urus, he's saying it's a poor rapper's car. And let's be honest. Let's look at this thing about residuals again. It's easier for them to buy, yeah? In a way, what he's saying is, look, SVJ Roadster, £500,000. Urus, couple $100,000. It's more than double the price, you know what I mean? So, you know, in a way, he's talking sense. And it's like, because they're so accessible, the Urus, the monthly payments, they're affordable because the residual's so good on that car that they can put a small deposit in, monthly payments are affordable, buy it. Whereas the SVJ, they got to have a serious deposit, even if they're going to buy it on finance, yeah? They got to have a serious deposit. It's like buying a small house. So, in a way, what he's saying is true, but and you know, it's still a beautiful car, the Urus. You can't take it away. But if you was gonna buy a luxury SUV, is it really luxury inside though, the Urus? Give me your thoughts. Wouldn't you steer more next to a Rolls-Royce Cullinan? But then again, there you go, big money again, 400, 500 grand for a nice spec'd up one. Yeah, you're talking double the money. So what the Lambo does, I think what the Lambo does, like the entry level ones and the older ones that people buy, it allows people to ball and stunt without spending baller money. Yeah, it sort of allows you to drive these cars and get a taste and get a feel what it feels like to be, you know, in the super whip without spending that money. And to a normal person that don't really know about cars, they just see an Aventador. It could be a 2012 plate and they see an SVJ. It looks like the same thing to them. They don't know the difference. Do you understand? So it's like they're getting the effect they want and not having to spend that money. And that ain't a baller. A baller is someone who's like, I can bust out the latest whip and I don't give a damn. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to buy it. You know, and that is what 6ix9ine is saying. He just had £1 million chain made. Yeah, £1 million chain. So, you know what I'm saying? There's levels to this now. You know, back in the day, it wasn't like this. It was, you know, there wasn't so many levels to this baller game. Whereas now, there's levels to this sport, man. And it's mad because it's like, where does it end? Where does it end? You got cars that are going at 3 million, 4 million, 5 million. Where does it end, mate? Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I think cars are so addicting. You can get addicted to buying. If you get caught up in this levels thing, if you get caught up in having the latest models, you know, it's a dangerous game. You can get bankrupted. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it's like, that's why you shouldn't try and keep up with it. But if you're still being a baller, you got the 6-pack, you're going to the gym 5 days a week, you're looking fresh, you want to be the buffest man in the club, you want to have the big whip, you want to have all of this, mate, the levels are high. The levels are high to stunting, man. And it's like, it ain't enough now just to have the Lambo. You've got to have the certain model. You know, like 6ix9ine has put it out there. He said, look, what you got, don't pull out no, you know, no Urus. You know, that's chump change. You know, and get that SVJ. You know, and it's, I don't know, man. What are your thoughts? Has it gone too far? Has cars got too expensive? You know, should you just stay in your lane and do your own thing? Let me know your thoughts, because it's getting wild. This car scene is getting wild, especially now. We're in a recession. We're in a pandemic, and guys are still pulling out these big whips. You know, the difference between the rich and the poor is growing. So the haters, can you imagine? They're spreading like cockroaches, because if they can't buy certain things, they're like, oh my God, man, they don't drill that guy. Do you understand? But, yeah. But my man, one thing I like about 6ix9ine, a lot of people don't like him. I like that he does his own thing. He don't give a damn. He wears what he wants. He dresses funky. He's got tattoos everywhere. He's got the mad hair, and he wraps his car mad. And anyone that likes mad custom wraps, I love that. Yeah, because a custom wrap is a statement. It's saying, this is who I am. Yeah, I'm not following the crowd. This is who I am. Yeah, and you got to have big kahunas to get a custom wrap and say, do you know what? I'm going to get custom wrap, and that's me. Because it's displaying your personality and who you are on your car, you know, and it's a big thing. Now, I know that with the Kardashians and Travis Scott, they customize all their cars. They're sponsored by customizing companies in America. They wrap. Kylie Jenner wraps all her cars. Kylie Jenner wraps all her cars. Yeah? Billionaire, youngest billionaire in the world. And what's she doing? She wraps all her cars different colours. Do you understand? So the sport, the wrapping sport is progressing. And I love that. And it's going from the streets to the mainstream. Because before, it was like something where if you couldn't afford that custom paint, you couldn't buy that car in that custom colour, you go and get it wrapped. Do you understand? But now, even the super rich are wrapping their cars. Because again, their styles all come from the street. And everything goes back to the streets. Do you understand what I'm saying? So don't matter how rich people get lost in the money, they're coming back to the streets. Yeah? And I think that what is dominant here is Lamborghini is a good solid, not a good solid, is one of the best brands. If you look at the Google hits, if you look at the hashtags on Lamborghini, they're massive, yeah? Because the branding is unbelievable. The product is unbelievable. And I would go as far as saying it's probably the biggest brand in the world. So, you know, it's one of them things. Will I ever own another Lamborghini? I think so. But I think that I'm going to wait for the new Aventador to come out, because it's coming out in a few years. I've done the Aventadors. I've had the SV. I had the first Aventador when it come out, Roadster. I had one of the first S's when it come out as well. You know, I've done all that. And I'm not just going to purely buy one just to stunt on people, because I don't do that anymore. I'm too old for all that. But all the youngsters, you know, that want to do that have got the money to do that, more power to you. The Lambo brand is sick. And yeah, maybe one day in the near future, we're going to get one. If I do get one this year or next year, obviously, it's such a big brand. It builds any business quick. If in this game, if you can get the I'll be honest with you. If you've got a wrap company out there and you want to get big, you've got to have the promo cars. If you haven't got the promo cars, yeah, and you haven't got them as your canvas, how can you display your work? And that's what's happening. That's why these wrap companies aren't blowing up. Because the majority have opened by guys that ain't really got a lot of dough, or they're young, they can't afford the big whips. And the guys that are getting in and wrapping the big whips are getting attention. Yeah? Like, you know, look at Yanamines. They promote Lamborghini with everything, yeah? There's not I mean, the guy is smart. He's not driving any other brand. He's not using anything else. He could probably get deals with other brands, but he stays with Lamborghini. Why? Because they make money. Yeah, they get the biggest Google hits. They get the biggest hashtags. It is the best canvas you can have, okay? Apart from, obviously, you've got the Bugattis and stuff like that, but that's a different realm. Yeah, there's no such thing as a 200 grand Bugatti. There's no such thing as a 200 grand Zonda, yeah? And I don't think they're going to give them to people to wrap. If you want to give me one, you can. Bugatti, if you want to give me some. If anyone wants to give me any supercars or any cars for wrapping and marketing, DM, hashtag subscribe, whatever you need to do. Put the money in my bank, whatever. You know, I like to wrap anything, yeah? But, yeah, it's just, it's been around now. The Lambo's been around for a long time. You know, the guy that owns Lamborghini, the guy that started Lamborghini, believe it or not, he used to design and build tractors. You know, he started off with tractors, and the 4-wheel drive system came from the tractors. And again, what attracted me to Lamborghini in the beginning was the 4-wheel drive system. I am a massive fan of 4-wheel drive. Yeah, the 4-wheel drive. Whenever I've had a supercar, I like 4-wheel drive supercars. I think the Porsche Turbo, they were always fantastic 4-wheel drives. The Lambos were always 4-wheel drives. You know, all of the ones with the 4-wheel drive systems, you know, I wasn't a big fan. The only thing that I felt that let Ferrari down was these rear-wheel drive systems. They're fantastic, great when it's not raining, great on a hot sunny day, but in England. But saying that, I had a 488 Spider, drives fantastic, and you know, they've got wet modes and snow modes and on that. And again, another fantastic brand, Ferrari. Marketing is fantastic, but I think in this day and age, I think Lambo's going to get it. So, is the Urus, is it a poor man's Lambo? Do you know what? I don't think there is such thing as a poor man's Lambo. I think all Lambos are nice. And I'll be honest with you, anyone that says that Lamborghinis are no good, just being a hater. But has it been done? Has it been done? I think it's been rinsed. But Lambo keeps producing more and more better cars. So more power to Lamborghini. You smashed it, Lamborghini. I've had some. I bought quite a few cars from main dealer Lamborghini as well. One thing I'd say, I've had some good and bad experiences with certain staff members there and with the way they've dealt with situations. I'm not going to expose anyone. I'm not like here to ruin anyone's job or anything else. But customer service is everything, and never underestimate a customer's wealth. Yeah, and some of these big places, you go there, and you know what? They don't want to deal with you if you don't look a certain way or dress a certain way. And you know what? Young money, baby, young money. Because never judge a book by its cover. Always turn it around and read the back. Peace, rap stars.